Third and one, pitch to Pollard. To the edge, cuts it inside, and scores. 48-yard line. Jake Ferguson leads the way for Pollard. To the 23-yard line, Tony Pollard with a gain of 25.
Here you get Zach Martin, who's been dominant so far in this game as well. And this is just really well executed on the offensive side. And from Mike McCarthy's standpoint, he told us flat out, look, when my defense is playing great football, I'm going to let them play.
You see the numbers in his pass protection the last couple of years. Lipke, the fullback, leads. Pollard bounces. The Cowboys score again.
1,359 yards last year, over 100 catches.
Pollard inside run. Pollard for a dozen yards. Young man from Memphis who was such a star during his college days in Memphis.
Get someone wide open. This is huge right here.
And he'll take it to the one off the penalty and go for the two. He's tripped after taking the snap, but he hands it off, and Pollard converts. Tony Pollard takes it across from a yard out. And there's Pollard. First time he's been able to rip off a run today, and he is finally stopped by Jermaine Johnson. Otherwise, it might have gone the distance. We just pointed out.
Well, first watch Zach Martin, and then you'll see. But Zach Martin right there just creates the hole.
From the Arizona 42, it is Pollard again with a head of steam. He hops through. He stays on his feet, and Pollard's down the sideline. All the way inside the 15.
And we talk about him in the pass game, but watch how he's engaged in the run game. Comes down inside. He's stalk blocking. He's going to get Tony Pollard to the outside. Probably got away with a little bit of a tug. And then he's downfield right away trying to get another block. So it's as good as he has been to start the year as a receiver. It's just complete. If you're going to have big chunk runs like that, your wide receivers have to be working downfield.
32 yards, CD Lamb.
And then run the ball in the second half to win.
Oh, here's a run though to Pollard with a big hole. Pollard another first down.
Watch big Terrence Steele. They pull him. He's the trapper, the right tackle. He kicks out. Nice job there by Tyler Smith getting to the backer, and Tony.
Obviously, this defense a little too much for this offense.
Screen Pollard. Pushing forward. Got a big block from Bionis. And takes off to the 42-yard line. Gain of 26 on the play.
Prescott has to pull it down. Eyes downfield and throws back. Finds Pollard. Big play. Off he goes. Samuel to beat. First down at the 15. But 60 yards on 3rd and 11. Well, it's a great effort by Dak Prescott keeping the play alive. And Pollard, who's kind of in protection, trying to help out. He leaks out.
Here we go.
A little pitch. Pollard gets around the edge. Cuts up the field. Pollard has a first down inside the 20.
Once Hoyt gets blocked, there's nobody out here. They've got to have a force player to come put an edge on this, and I mean, he doesn't get touched for 12 yards. Do they make those calls?
Here is Pollard. Big hole for Tony Pollard. And a first down.
Let's see if it holds up.
Pollard breaks through. Inside the 5, it's first and goal for the Cowboys.
He joked with us the other day. He goes, I went back and watched the TV copy. We got to change some of our stuff. You guys were calling it out. Nice job getting into a weak side.
Said this guy is just so super confident that just stresses a cornerback out.
Yeah, it really does. It's so interesting, too, as Pollard breaks a couple of tackles, has a first down. He's down near the 36. Third down, little flip, Pollard. Good couple blocks. Full steam ahead. Tony Pollard still inbounds and down around the 20. Great blocking that time for Dallas, and Pollard took advantage.
So the key to the pin and pull is this. It allows everyone to get out in space. So Jake Ferguson, the tight end here, his ability to seal Brian Burns, that's the key. Then it's just big bodies out in front. You see Tyler Biotis, the center, pulling. He didn't have anybody to block until the corner about 15 yards downfield. Well-executed third down run.
Who made his Carolina debut against the Bears last week, checks in at corner. Here the Cowboys run. Big hole. Pollard right up the middle. Penalty flag near the goal line. Is he in? but let's see what the penalty is first. Hang on.
They've been used to seeing two high safeties, a little toss that turns into an inside zone, and he hits it with the burst that we're accustomed to seeing out of him in his time in Carolina.
Defense number 99. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
And so it's Tony Pollard's first touchdown since week 1 against the Giants. And boy, that's got to feel good for him.
Yeah, we talked about that explosive element of that run game, getting Pollard going. That's what they're looking for.
I'm pretty smart with math, Jim.
Here is Pollard back in the game. Pollard with a seam down to the 29, running behind Terrence Steele.
Look at him over here, getting out in front. And they signed him in the offseason. He's one of the better run blocking tackles in the league. And Dak finds the open window in the zone area.
First and goal at the 7. They go Pollard. Pollard dashing, driving. He's in for the touchdown. Tony Pollard.
What an outstanding drive. And there's a young player for Dallas in this offensive line, Tyler Smith. Him push some of the best D tackles all the way and then get up on the next level.
Here we go.
We'll go with Pollard. He's got an opening. Pollard trying to break it into the secondary, trying to get away.
Finally getting opened up. This is kind of the way. Most of the games, Dallas wants to throw the ball early to get the lead and run the ball late. It's been a recipe for Mike McCarthy that he's always wanted to, and they've done that today.
Yeah, there we go.
Play action, nice block there, and then a little toss there to Pollard, who made the block, makes the catch, makes the first down.
Movement inside to be able to move the tackle down, and now it's just up to Pollard to pick up that blitz. One-on-one, who's going to win? Good job of Adams not giving up on the play, but how about the heads-up play there by Dak Prescott? He had nobody downfield.
Second and goal, 12th play of another long drive. Flip to Pollard, looking for room, has it, in there, touchdown. Left in the third. Seattle 28, Dallas 27 on Thursday night.
And see if they can execute in the red zone. It's been the plan all night.
Big hole exploited. Pollard running over people.
Able to get up to the linebacker. This hole just opens up. You see Smith there on that trap. That play just opened up in a hurry. And heck of a job by Pollard hitting that, not hesitating at all. 180. He's out. Pollard back in, and he's got it and then some. Couple of good moves and a big run for the Cowboys into Lions territory.
Between injuries, 2 big trades, and some underperformance, it's been a bad year.
Here's Prescott. Has some time. Looking for Pollard. What a catch. First and goal. Tony Pollard goes up and gets it. Pollard again. Left side. Makes a cut. First down. Still on his feet. Pollard inside the 5. Pollard backpedaling towards the goal line, and he's down at the 1.
I think now we have a Commanders player now down on the field, but the ability to make people miss, run through contact, those were the 2 biggest elements of Tony Pollard the last couple years, as he was more of like a reserve back to Zeke Elliott, and see flashes of it here. They want to get this Tony Pollard going as they enter the playoffs.
Yeah, here we go.
Pollard up the middle and in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Open things up in the run game. Watch Hunter Lipke, the fullback. Steele gets a nice down block. Lead blocker Lipke, he gets 2, and Tony Pollard's got an easy touchdown.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas.